As part of a larger body of evidence, I wanted to make this video of screenshots here of some of the many death threats that have been sent to me and my family over the course of the last 4 or 5 years since we started this project. Now, please keep in mind that in the beginning, when the death threat started coming through, we were quite traumatized, so I did not screen capture every single death threat that came through, because in the beginning we didn't know how to handle it. But I started keeping track and screen capturing the death threats about 2 years ago, and here is just some of the death threats that we have received. And again, the reason why we get these death threats is because of the program of trying to silence us because of the work that we do. We're working on a controversial energy machine, and this is the stuff that we get. So here's one from Thomas Bouillet. It's an email sent to us. Why haven't you been killed? Why have they not killed you and your team? They kill for a lot less than that. Here's one from Hoaxtead, one of their many sock puppet accounts. Deserves what's coming to her. So she's on top of my list for exposing to the wider YouTube community. Cat was too idiotic to be worth my energy, and Debs is obviously sick. This trout is a con woman of the vilest kind and deserves what's coming to her. Another from Hoaxtead. You can see the account is Viva la Hoaxtead. In the trash bin where she belongs. It says, you're welcome. Google link. I gather that none of these were approved by EC and SS. By the way, so they don't show on the blog, apparently Naima's in the trash bin where she belongs. Hoaxtead, death threats, TikTok, fatso, TikTok. We got a lot of that TikTok stuff as well. There's another one from a YouTube account that's associated with Hoaxtead. Your day is coming and it will be a lot sooner than you think. And it's addressed to me by name. Your day is coming, Naima, and it's going to be a lot sooner than you think. Here's one showing we follow you, and then they put a link to my Vimeo account, and there's another video they made showing that they were stalking my Vimeo account as well. So they're following me. Hoaxtead death threats. Deserves everything and anything coming to her. Hoax girl is slick, practiced, and shows malice of forethought, therefore deserves everything and anything coming to her. Shiva, who has gladly drawn her ineffective fire, that has proven that she fits in with all the others who delight in tormenting real victims, survivors of abuse. And this is from Shiva Burton, who is one of the fake victims, which we do cover in our presentation, talking about how it's a J-Trig concept to pretend to be a victim as a ploy to harm someone. Hoaxtead death threats. Will unleash 100 Tim McKenzie's. Karma is unavoidable. And the 100 Tim McKenzie's, that's basically somebody that's going to hurt me in some way. That's their way of saying that. Karma is unavoidable. You know, you're going to get what's coming to you. It's like mafia talk, right? Hoaxtead death threats. Their day of disaster is near and their doom rushes upon them. Think about that, Hope Girl. So, you know, this is they're quoting Bible verses. You know, it is mine to avenge, I will repay, in due time their foot will slip, their day of disaster is near and their doom rushes upon them. Think about that, Hope Girl. They're quoting Bible verses at me about people being killed and telling me to think about that. Here's one. Someone is working on a way to stop Hope Girl, and I don't want to mess that up for them. So this is again the Hoaxtead blog. Somebody's trying to stop me, and they don't want to get in the way of them stopping me. How would they stop me? What's a good way to stop somebody? I don't know. Kill them? Hoaxtead death threats. Hope Girl, read the posts on here that are made when hoaxers pass away. Read the posts and learn something. You nasty, vicious woman, you make me sick. Okay, so they're telling me to look at people who have died that they've picked, that they've targeted before, because there's people that they've targeted who have died, and some of them have died through suspicious means, untimely deaths, and there's suicides as well. There's people who have committed suicide over what they've done. So they're telling me to look at all that history and learn something from it, because maybe I'm next. You know, it's all implied. You can see that. This one, okay, this one's interesting. Another win for Hoaxtead. Maybe you should give her a few whacks. She may enjoy it if I were to give her a few whacks. And this is coming from a profile of the infamous Lizzie Borden, the murderer who killed her parents with an axe. Okay, so she made an account. I mean, how dark is that? So I have Lizzie Borden, the infamous murderer, saying that she wants to give me a few whacks. You know, mafia term as well. If somebody gets whacked on the Sopranos show, you know what that means. That means kill somebody. It's a death threat. Oh, and this one. Now we got the satanic groups that are issuing me veiled death threats of doing me harm. Powers my motivation on creating a world where parasites like Fagin won't prosper. That's my last name, Naima Fagin. Right. So this is from Satanic Views, which is one of the commenters on the Hoaxtead operation. The attacks by Fagin on Tim Powers, my motivation to make sure that his legacy lives on, creating a world where parasites such as Fagin and Rupert Quaintance won't prosper. This is another satanic cult group called The Order. They're a satanic cult, and they are issuing me, I got this on a YouTube video that came in from them. Of course, they're also linked to Hoaxtead as well. They're all part of the same operation. Hope Girl, I will wait as long as it takes. Your time will come. Rest in peace, MKD. And the last one for this particular viewing is, if you play with fire, you're sure to get burned, Naima. So you can imagine what it must feel like to get all of these veiled threats, basically calling for my demise in some way. And they come in on a regular basis. And I have to say that this information has been hidden by the Hoaxtead blog. They proclaim everywhere in their comments and on their website that they have never issued a single death threat to anyone ever, but they say that they are getting people threatening to kill them all the time. So this is, you know, obviously they're lying, and this is the proof, the evidence of the death threats that I've received from people that are in their operation. Some of them actually even have the name of the site on the comments, Hoaxtead on the comments. So obviously they're lying. These are death threats, you know, and people have died. People have died of mysterious causes, and these are people that they have targeted. So there's that for the record.